degree burns to the victims themselves. Investigate. They were transported code red to via St. Francis burn in the at.
The was a fire or that someone had?
Yeah, there was a basic. What happened was when they were testing their stove and furnace, there was a flash fire that occurred from the propane. So there's some type of leak that occurred when they were testing it.
Did any neighbors report a bang or anything? Or
Unknown of that information, we received that.
So was there damage to anything else inside the trailer?
No, there was just little smoke that was coming from inside, and so basically the crews didn't have to pull any type of or stretch any type of fire attack line or anything. The fire was just a quick flash fire that burned the victims themselves.
Do you know where the burns are?
Just on their extremities, second and third degree burns on their extremities.
And how are they doing? Do you know?
They're currently still in St. Francis right now, but there will be. They're expected to be able to overcome their injuries.
Were they talking when you guys got on scene yesterday?
I believe they were. Our fire investigation unit was able to get this information at the burn unit when they went to get interviews. So yeah, they are talking.
As people are obviously starting to do summer travel, is there something that you want to advise people, especially testing propane?
Well, anytime you utilizing any type of propane tanks, it's always important to make sure that you have the proper hose connections and making sure that there's possibility that there's no leaks, because when that propane tank is leaking from the connections themselves, or if there's a hole in the hose, it's going to find some type of ignition source, and more than likely it will have a flash fire. What occurred with this incident that occurred last night.
So was this like a portable camping stove?
Well, no, it was inside of a pull trailer. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
And the description is a pull type travel trailer.
Okay. So it was actually part of the trailer?
Yes, yes.
what's a good way to check a propane tank or hose line or anything for a leak?
Well, even with barbecue grills, that we always hope that everyone beginning the barbecue season is always, you can use some type of soap water and spray that around your connections, but also you do your visual check. How long was the last time that you replaced those hose, or even just did a visual look at your hose to make sure that there's any type of dry rot or any type of kinks on the hose themselves that you can visually look. But be able to see if there's any leaks. We suggest you use some type of water and soap solution so you can spray on there, and if there's any types of leaks, that's where it'll bubble up at, and you'll be able to determine if there's any type of leak in that area.
Was there a leak in this situation?
Unknown right now. More than likely, that's part of the investigation of exactly what occurred. But the source of the flash fire did occur from the propane tank and the stove and furnace, from the interview of the occupants.
Are you done?
Yes.
Wanted to know, do you have any updates regarding the Los Reyes Rosticeria?
Yes, I did get some information and update on them. It's currently still undetermined cause of the fire. The two victims are still intubated, so they're unable to be interviewed and be spoken to. So right now, it's still undetermined exactly what the cause is, and they're still via the burn unit right now.
So they're still not, I guess, can you kind of explain what state they're in right now? They're just not able to speak on
Yeah,
it?
they're not able to be spoken to right now, to be interviewed exactly what was going on, what were their actions during the time of the fire that occurred there.
Have you guys even been able to determine just from other people what they might have been doing there at the time?
Yeah, their initial interviews from family members, they were there cleaning at the time of the initial emergency that occurred. But till we're able to speak to the two individuals that were located in there, it'll stay undetermined until we're able to interview them, our fire investigation unit.
So both women still remain hospitalized?
Yes. Thank you.
All right, appreciate Captain O'Kady's coming and giving us some information and the hard work by the Wichita Fire Department. Rated one of the top fire safety cities in the United States just recently.
1 out of 315.
One out of 315. So appreciate their hard work and the partnership we have with our Wichita Fire Department in keeping this community safe. Have 2 items we're going to cover and just an update on Riverfest activities at today's Interwatch. First one's the bank robbery from yesterday afternoon, or excuse me, late morning. It occurred about 11:20 yesterday. Case number on it is 35888, 18C 35888. Occurred at the Valley State Bank in the 5300 block of South Broadway. Officers responded to a bank robbery at the Valley State Bank yesterday, approximately 11:20. At the Valley State Bank, 5300 South Broadway. When they arrived, they contacted a 62-year-old female employee. The employee stated that an unknown suspect had entered the bank fully covered in bulky black attire. She stated that the suspect brandished a firearm and was demanding money. Money was given to the suspect, who then fled from this business on foot. There were fortunately no injuries in this case. We are asking for the community's assistance. If they have any information or any additional information on this case, the police call Crime Stoppers 267-2111 or WPD Detectives 268-4407. Suspect description: unknown black male, 5'10", was wearing a black mask, black Carhartt style jacket, black pants or sweats, white shoes, and black gloves. And again, was armed with a black handgun.
Does this match the description of any of our 6 other bank robberies this year?
I'm not sure if it matches any of the other robberies. I can check into that though.
How much money was taken?
We're still investigating. It's still part of the investigation. We're not going to give out all the details of the investigation at this time. So that's going to be something that's part of our investigation.
Did he say anything other than demanding money?
I don't know specific, if he said any specific words, but money was demanded after brandishing a firearm.
Under surveillance video?
Yes.
How many
Yes.
folks were inside the bank at the time?
There was multiple employees. I don't have an exact number of who was in the bank at the exact time that this occurred, but we did speak to the individuals inside the bank.
Employees and customers, or just employees?
I don't know if there was any customers. I can follow up with that as well. All right, second case is an aggravated assault, aggravated child endangerment case with an arrest, case number 36035. This occurred last night about 9:20 in the 1700 block of South Glen at a residence. Approximately 9:20 p.m. on Monday, June 4th, officers responded to a domestic violence disturbance with shots fired at a residence in the 1700 block of South Glen. When officers arrived, they made contact with a 26-year-old male victim who stated that he had a verbal argument with his 22-year-old fiance suspect. When the female picked up a shotgun, was attempting to turn it towards him, the male stated that he pushed the barrel of the gun upwards when it discharged in the room. The suspect then fled the scene with their 16-month-old daughter. Officers were able to locate the suspect and the child in the area of Harry and Oliver, and the suspect was arrested without incident and booked into jail for aggravated assault, domestic violence, aggravated child endangerment, and criminal discharge of a firearm. Great work by the officers investigating this case and making an arrest.
Do we know what started this disturbance?
I don't. It was a verbal disturbance initially.
Is the daughter back with the man or in protective services?
No, daughter is back with the father.
So he says she picked up a shotgun, turned it toward him, and he pushed the barrel towards the ceiling?
Yes.
And then she left with the daughter? Or he left with the daughter?
She left with the daughter. Mm-hmm.
So was he hurt at all?
No, there were no injuries. Yeah.
Do you know when the arrest was made? What time?
I don't. I can look at that. But either last night or early this morning.
Do you know how much time elapsed between the fiance / suspect leaving with the child and the woman getting caught at Harry and Oliver?
No, I'll have to look up the arrest time. I know the call came out at about approximately 9:20 last night. Officers responded, so I'll look at the arrest time. All right, just a little bit of update. Everything continues to go well with the Wichita Police Department, or with the Wichita River Festival, in coordination with the Wichita Police Department providing safety services. There have to date now been 11 cases that have been made in reference to Riverfest and 0 arrests. So we continue to work with our community in providing safety services. Officers are on bike, horseback, ATV, and on foot. Don't forget to download the WPD app. Report at Riverfest button. You can report things to us via that. That's non-emergency, and report good things to us as well. Yes?
So there were 4 reports yesterday. Can
That
you
is
tell us
correct.
what they were?
It was an embezzled automobile case, a criminal trespass, a disturbance case, and a lost adult case.
What was the last one?
A lost adult?
Embezzled automobile, criminal trespass, lost adult.
And a disturbance was documented with a case as well. Anything else today? All right. Appreciate everybody being here on Tuesday. Stay safe.